we doing today? Well, this is something that came into my collection as a donation quite a number of years ago. And this is a trolley lock, if you've never seen them. And they have an accompanying key that looks like this. They're designed to link trolleys together and into the trolley bay. Or if you're in America, you'll know these as shopping carts. It's a locking system that a lot of supermarkets around here adopted and did away with the trolley collectors, much to their disgust. Interesting fact, I used to be a trolley collector for quite a while, once upon a time. Anyway, what I'm doing today is just a bit of a lockpick video, and we have some lockpicks designed for these tools. Now, there is a 3D printable version of this on Thingiverse that I've designed. This end of the tool I've never actually tested, but we'll show you how the principle's supposed to work so you get an idea of how these go. Because there have been a number of questions on the Thingiverse post as well about how to actually use these, and it's been a long time. I thought I should probably get around to actually doing a video on that, and I finally found the lock again. So depending on who you are and what you're doing, you may need to remove a stuck coin from one of these units, or many stuck coins, depending on what your state of bank balance is. In any case, a simple straight wire is all you need, and I'll open this up later and show you how this works. Basically, we just shove this bent wire in the back here, twist and pull out, and your coin will come out just as easily as that. And we can try it with a $1 coin as well. $1 coin goes in, and then we take our bent wire, we push in, and it pops it back out. It takes a little bit to maneuver it out, and I'll show you why in a minute. There's our $1 coin. Now, the other way this works is if you have a key inserted in here, which we will need a coin firstly. You turn your trolley back to the bay, coin pops out. But now you can't remove the trolley from the bay. Well, what if you don't have a $1 coin on you? Well, this little tool here is designed to pretend to be a $1 coin. So if I hold these here, it's about the right diameter here, and they can spring outwards. In here there are two little arms, and we want to push them apart. So let's move our camera angle slightly. We're going to take this, insert into the $1 slot, and we'll just push about there. And if I've got this positioned right, it should push those arms out, and that will pop out. If you've made these correctly, you should be able to just insert them, and the tension from the coat hanger wire is enough to do the job. If it's not, sometimes you might need to break it backwards and forwards a bit, and it'll pop out just as easily. I put a bit of tension on here, it's going to hold that lever in place. So you leave it loose, give it a wriggle, and it should just pop out. But if I've got it in the wrong position, sometimes it won't work. And that is because if you wriggle it sideways, those arms move up and down. So you need to make sure they're nicely aligned. Pop that in there, and they should pop out just nicely. Alright, now let's get the cap off here and show you guys exactly what's happening and why. So when these are actually on the trolley, and don't ask how I know this, they're held on by some giant Torx tamper-proof nuts, which you can see here. They're bigger than this. They're about 3 times bigger than this. There is a hole here, so the Torx screw actually has a pin in the middle. However, once you get into it, they just use standard Torx, which if I find the right driver bit here, I can tell you exactly which Torx. This is a T10, and it's a bit small. This is a T15, just right. We'll whip these 2 screws out, and we can take the cover off the mech. Alright, we have our self-tapping Torx screws removed. Let's take the cover off. Now, this is a state that you generally, in normal operation, you wouldn't see it in. The latch is locked, and there's no coin in here. So, how does this work? Well, these 2 levers here are the arms I was talking about that respond to the coin being inserted. They move outwards, allowing a spring to push this barrel forward and lock this lever in here. When you insert this rod in here with a hooked end, it pushes against this lever and allows those arms to pop out. And normally it would prevent you from removing that. Because that little lug is so short, you can twist up, remove, and then roll out. Comes out very easily. Let's insert a coin and show how that works. The coin in here we'll push these arms out. It allows that to clip forward, and of course when the cover's on, the spring flies across the room. Now, it's in its locked state. We're going to insert the normal key in its normal position, and that little hook there locks it in. So we'll remove that because we're cheating, and we'll remove a coin. Let's insert our pick here and see how this works. I'm going to hold that spring down here, but when we insert this into the $1 slot, which is the easiest one, we can see these two bits are sitting in those arms. If we then push slightly forwards, it starts to push those arms outwards, and if you put a little bit of pressure in, they pop out and allow that to drop forward and lose the spring again. So that second time I lost the spring, so I have to check my little box of springs over here and see if I have a compatible one, and we'll reinsert a new spring. Pretty sure one of these is about right, but now we have to insert a coin here so we can reassemble everything. Right, drop that on the lug. That looks pretty close to the spring that it came with, and we should be able to repeat this process to reassemble everything. That should fit in there just fine. Probably tension will be probably slightly different now, but mostly this should work. Yep, it's a little softer than it used to be, but that's fine. So we'll just lock that again. Okay, let's put the cover back on, put this back together, and we'll call that an end of a video. I hope you found it interesting. Let me know in the comments if you want me to pull this apart again and do a tear down and show you actually how each component goes together. I'm happy to do that. Just let me know. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Additionally, guys, I do have a Patreon account. If you want access to the design files for this, drop me $5 US and you'll have access to all my design files. I'll dig this one up this afternoon and try and add that to the list. Anyway, catch you later.